Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to another video. So this video is officially the start of my back to school series videos. So some big news, guys. We reached 100 subscribers. It's really cool. Yeah. So thank you for all my 100 subscribers. Yeah, I really hope that we just continue to grow from here. So this video is all about high school advice. So I have 10 different things to tell you guys that you need to know before you go into high school. I wish I knew what these things before I went to high school because they're basically just mistakes that I made. But yeah, so if you're like transitioning from 8th grade into high school, or some schools do like from 9th grade is middle school to high school and 10th grade, whatever's happening, or even from elementary school to middle school, this would work. Continue to watch if you want to know some advice about high school from my experiences. Number one is don't be afraid to talk to people. So this was a really big struggle of mine too. Like, I was terrified to talk to people because I didn't want them thinking I was weird, or like I didn't want to be weird. But the thing is, like, talking to people is how you make friends. And once you start talking to a person, like, you will become more comfortable, like the more that you talk to them, the more often. So basically, don't be afraid to like break that first iceberg, because it's not as scary as it seems once you get it started. Okay, this does not apply to middle schoolers if you're watching this, but my second thing is know that high school is so much better than middle school. Like, I honestly thought middle school was great until I got to high school and was like, oh wow, this is even better. To be honest, like, I had so much more homework in middle school, and everybody was like stressing out about like how high school is going to be and how much tougher they're going to be. But basically, it's not as tough as everybody perceives it to be. It's definitely more self-disciplined, because your teachers aren't going to be in your back saying like, get this turned in, or you know, get to class on time. Like, they don't really do that as much as they did in middle school, for me at least. But it's not as vigorous and not as scary as it seems, as people portray it. Okay, so this is more for style points, but freshmen, do not get the most functional backpack that you can possibly find in North Face or REI. Like, you do not need like a stroller backpack that has 4 water bottle holders and I don't know, some like crazy functional backpack that you think you need for all these things in high school. Like, honestly, last year all I really wanted was a binder and a folder for all my classes, and that served me well, and I just had a normal backpack. Don't think that you need all these extra supplies just because you're going to high school, because that's not the case at all. If anything, you want to supply less, or like try to be minimal about the supplies that you get, because you don't want to be carrying around 3 binders and 3 textbooks all in this and all on your back. So yeah, just think about it. So this next one here is for like kind of my beauty people like me, and this was actually something I struggled with. So don't be afraid to wear your hair natural one day or go with no makeup one day. I always thought that, like, to be the best person I could possibly be, I would have to straighten my hair like every single day and do my makeup every single day. The thing is, I like doing my hair and makeup, but when it comes to a point where it's like I just didn't get enough sleep that night, or I was up all night studying for exam or something, like, you don't need to do your hair and makeup. I think this is something that you realize when you get older. It's important to know that it's not a necessity to get ready. It's more of like a accessory. It's an accessory, not a necessity. So this next thing is more for my ladies out there. I mean, you can be a guy and do this too. 2017, up to you. My necessity for school is a good pair of leggings. Basically, my past 2 years of high school, I've worn leggings every single day. Well, not actually, but basically. Yeah, because like leggings can go with anything. Can go with sweatshirts, fancy shirts, graphic t-shirts, cozy shirts like this one, any hairstyle, any shoes. So a good pair of black leggings will take you so far in your high school wardrobe. My next thing, since you are going into high school and you're learning higher education things, don't be afraid to ask teachers questions. This may sound like weird and crazy, but if you had that problem, like you're scared to talk to people, chances are you were scared to ask a question to your teacher. Actually, this happened to me a lot last year. For some reason, like I would like completely shut myself off from strangers and people, including my teachers. So even when I didn't know the answer, I wouldn't ask. So don't be afraid to, I don't know, just break that, I guess. So if you don't know something, don't be afraid to ask, because that's basically what they're there for. So use them to your full advantage. My next thing, I actually just already said this, but don't stress about trying to be cool or trying to be popular. Honestly, I know this is so cliche to say, but it doesn't matter. It might matter at the time, but if you think about it, you could be doing something to propel you so far in the future while these other people are just worried about what kind of dress they're gonna wear to this friend date or something. I don't know. How do I put this? Okay, so basically what I'm trying to get at is focus on working on yourself, improving yourself, like academically, skill-wise. I don't know, whatever you like to do, just focus on that and being yourself instead of focusing on what other people think and like how to be cool or how to be in that popular group. Like honestly, it's only 4 years of your life. It doesn't matter. Okay, next thing. This is more of a serious topic, but like don't try to stop people from trying things. Don't stop people from trying drugs or trying alcohol, because that's just what people do. Like when they're curious, they try things. Like I was curious about YouTube, so I tried YouTube and I actually really liked it. Not a good analogy for drugs, but so if your friend is trying new things, like just let them figure it out for themselves. But at the same time, stop it if it gets too far. If you know what I mean. I don't know how to explain it. Still young. I'm only 15. This is really important. This is for like your social life. But going into high school, just know that friend groups are going to change. For example, I had a really good friend group at the end of freshman year. And then going into sophomore year, all of that just fell apart. Like it felt like I had a lot of friends at the time, and then just the next year, like I only had one. Just know that like people change, and you might be friends at the time because you're evolving at the same time, but then they might change in a different way and you might change in a different way. It's just natural for people to drift apart. Okay, so at the same time, like your friend group might drift apart, but new friend groups might form. So just know that like friends and friend groups are constantly evolving and changing. I mean, but you might be lucky to have like that one friend that stays with you for the entire 4 years, which is amazing. And I think I do have that. And yeah. Okay, so this is my last advice thing. Don't be afraid to fail at something, because that's only how you get better at something. For me, my example is Spanish. I am so freaking terrible at Spanish. Like, I basically failed my last class of Spanish. But just know that, like, failing is natural. Know that it's okay to, like, fail a test, or it's okay to, not be the best at a subject. So failing at a subject is like rock bottom, and then you can only continue to grow and evolve at that subject or at that test or whatever. So those were 10 things that I think you need to know before going to high school or middle school or whatever this applies to you. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope this helped in some way. This is just from my experience in high school so far. So yeah, make sure to give a like on this video, subscribe down below. Thanks guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Please don't